we want to review the evaluation of the computer and what is our relationship with these machines. Today, computers have high speed and accuracy. In order to be able to use these features, we need to somehow communicate with these machines and tell them what we want. It is better to have a relatively clear description of its origin and its components. A hero-centered narrative of the birth of the computer could be the arrival of Alan Turing, the father of computer science and artificial intelligence. He appeared once and invented a computer, and now everything we do is a continuation of his work. But this expression does not clarify anything for us. Even if we go to read the biography of this person, we still cannot get much of how computer works. Another way of expression can be the evolutionary path of this issue, that we divide the computer into smaller components and then put each one together in a logical way. Suppose companies or people who know how to make computers are completely destroyed. With that person-centered narrative, we cannot rebuild these computers. Usually in the courses and training, the used resources are mentioned at the end. But this is a relatively historical narrative and its sources are in museums and around us. Some of them are said during the course. One of the museums where you can see the basic elements of human needs is the National Museum of Iran. Apart from this museum, I also visited a series of another museum. I put some of the objects in these museums together in a way to make a logical explanation of the emergence of the computer. The facade of this museum has a strange symbol that was not clear to me. But when I asked the staff of this museum, they said, in the facade of the main hall, the art used is from Neyshabur pottery, and written in Kufi script that knowledge is power. Let's enter the museums and put the parts together logically. Let's start by defining the tool. It's something that enables people to change the environment or perform a specific activity. Early humans used to break or polish stones in some way for their desired use. Later, they become more expert in this work and can make spares. In the next steps, they were able to put several different materials together. For example, in this picture, they made tools with bone and metal. Gradually, human craftsmanship became more advanced, and they were able to make more precise and delicate weapons. Let's look at the tools from another point of view. They can be single-purpose or multi-purpose. For example, the tool number 27 is a one-purpose tool, but the tool number 28 can be a multi-purpose tool. We are familiar with multi-purpose tools like this, such as a nail clipper that can be used to cut nails and has a file with it. With this explanation, these two are tools. The left one is a calculator and the right one is a check perforating machine. This one can be a single-use device, but a calculator is a general-purpose device. Shopkeepers, accountants, and engineers can use it. But the distance between these tools and those basic tools like a stone and a spear is very high. There is something more complicated in this middle. Let's take a look at the definition of the device. A tool consists of one or more components that use energy to perform a desired function. There is a wheel hub and a pulley in this photo that is in Persepolis. These tools are something defined and standard and can be produced and used a lot. Maybe these can be called machine components like wheel nut and bolts, or this wheel that can be used in a chariot to transport or move people. To make complex devices, we have to put together a set of these smaller components, something like this clock. If we look at its components, they are springs, screws, and gears, but there is a device that can show us the time. Now let's take a look at the calculator with that basic definition? Well, this is a tool. Consists of one or more components. It is much more than few components. Actually, it is an almost complicated device that use energy to perform a desired function. Well, that's right. With a handle that is taking the mechanical energy, it performs a function. A desired task is to calculate basic operations. It is still not very clear how this device was created and what it is doing. For this reason, we divide the computer into smaller pieces. In total, we can put them in these three categories: algebra and mathematics, computing tools, and machine. We will describe each of these in the following sections.